What's up, dudes? How's it going? So, new guitar. Welcome to Bedroom Gear Reviews. I'm Adam, it's my first video. Please be nice. The whole point of this is I buy lots of second-hand gear in the UK. I live in London. I always buy picking up cheap stuff. Amps, pedals, you name it. I'm buying it all the time. Really irritates my wife. I've even resorted to buying stuff in the same colour. You'll notice a lot of my guitars are red, and I hope that she won't notice. But not sure that entirely works. Anyway, I thought I'd do my first video on this Kramer Classic series that I picked up off eBay for 130 English pounds. I gigged with it for the first time on Saturday, so I'm in a covers band, the B-Movie Creatures. Check us out on Facebook. I've done a little bit of session work over the years. I teach as well. I am not a professional guitarist. I'm actually a nurse in my day job. But yeah, guitar is sort of my love, passion, I don't know, part-time job if you want to call it maybe. Yeah, I am certainly by no means a professional guitarist. Maybe in some small little way. But anyway, yeah, it's great. It's absolutely great. I can't believe I picked this up for 130 quid. 130 quid for this. So let's go through it a little bit. So you got a licensed Floyd Rose. You got dual pickups. These are quite hot. They're supposed to be Alnico 5, but there's no way of telling that without ripping them apart, and I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to replace them either. I have quite expensive tastes in pickups, and I'm not going to stick a pair of bare knuckles in a £130 guitar. 2 volume, 1 tone. Pickup, select the switch, 3-way. Just general die-cast tuners. No brand on them. I assume they're Kramer's own. This is made in Indonesia. I know that because there was a sticker on the back that I removed when it arrived. I don't understand why people leave the made in the Far East stickers on their guitar. This is 2012, it's 7 years old. Why would you leave a sticker on the guitar? Anyway, whatever, it's up to them. It didn't come with these, but I had a spare one of these lying around. The holes were already drilled in the headstock, so it had been taken off at some point. So I had an Allen key holder lying around that just happened to be black. I picked that up off eBay for 6 quid. It does the job. The Allen keys, as we all know on Floyd Roses, is a standard size, so it works fine. So let's start at the bottom and work our way up. The Floyd Rose is really good. For a licensed Floyd Rose, it is brilliant. It stays perfectly in tune. You can tighten it up. I'm not worried about it stripping. You know you can start to feel them when they're going to strip. It sits flat to the board. It came that way. I didn't have to do that. That's the way I set up my Floyd Roses. I haven't tried it floating, and I probably won't because I don't like floating Floyd Roses. I have mine decked. It's really good. I've had some really bad experiences with Floyd Roses over the years, the licensed ones, especially on modern Jacksons that are made in Indonesia as well, probably in the same factory. But this one is really, really good. It says Kramer on it, but it's a licensed. 2 volume pots. Not a pot junkie myself. Don't tend to use them, but they work. They're functional. They're a little bit on and off. But if you want to set up 2 different volumes with your volume pots, you can do that on this guitar. Tone has 2 settings, on or off, but again, don't really use it, not an issue for me. If you really wanted to, you could stick some CTS pots in here, I guess, and then not that expensive. If you have a soldering iron lying around, you could do that. 3-way pickup, select the switch. This is quite cool. This is, I don't know if you can see that, but it's the old style Kramer 80s, my 84 S3000 Kramer, made in Japan. Has the very same switch, which is quite a nice touch. I quite like that. This is supposedly a mahogany body. I don't think it is mahogany, or it's some weird strain of mahogany, because it's very light. Very, very light. It just doesn't feel heavy enough to be mahogany for me. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but it doesn't affect the sound for me really. I'm not entirely convinced it's mahogany. Two-piece maple neck. It's a maple on maple. I think you can see that. Yeah, you can just about see that. The maple fretboard on the maple neck. Neck's good. Neck's really fast. It's great. Love it. The frets are very worn. I've had to keep the action a little bit higher than I would normally. I do like a low action. But it's playable. Yeah, it's playable. Like I say, gigged with it on Saturday. I would normally switch guitars. For the second set, I would either switch to my SG or my Explorer, both Gibsons. But I was having fun with this, to be honest. It's a fun guitar to play. And yeah, did the whole set with it. Sounded great. So let's do some sounds. I'm going straight into a Scarlett Duo, into Reaper with bias effects. Nothing ridiculously expensive, nothing ridiculously complicated. I will do a video on bias effects 2 eventually. It is fantastic. If I could work out a way of gigging with it, I would. I'm sure there is a way with a MIDI controller, but I cannot be arsed with that. So yeah, bridge pickup, here we go. Both. Neck. Bridge was smooth. Yeah, please excuse me butchering half of that. But yeah, it really is fantastic. For the money, you cannot beat this. You can pick these up. I've looked. This was particularly cheap at 130. I managed to sneak this out of this guy's hands. But they go for anywhere between about 150 to 200. I've seen them on eBay. There are some more expensive ones, about 250, but I think they're newer. Brand new, they're about 350. I've seen them on Richtone and GAC. I don't think there's a great deal of difference between them. Criticisms, apart the pots aren't great, as I've mentioned. There's a slight dip in the 4th fret here and a bit of discoloration that you can see. The previous owner assures me that this wasn't sanded, however I don't believe him. There is a dip here. I think this might have been an attempt at scalloping the fretboard that he then abandoned, but to be honest with you, from the angle that I'm looking at when playing, I can't even see it and I can't feel it, so I'm not bothered. Great gigging guitar at this price. Any of you gigging guitarists out there that play pubs, etc., you know what it's like. Some idiot comes up with a pint, wants to hold it, it gets kicked over, it gets knocked over, it falls about in the back of the van. You know, do you really want to be taking your lovely $3.5 grand Gibson Les Paul Standard? No, you don't. This sounds great, plays great, it's light, it sounds great, it does the job. So anyway, any questions, pop them below. I'll answer them as best I can. If anyone wants to give me any tips as a brand new YouTuber, please do. I'm very new to this. I've probably made 1,000,001 mistakes. I'm happy for you to positively point them out to me. Please be nice, as I'm new to this. Yeah, I've done this in the 1 hour that my 9-month-old is not in the flat. So there we are. peace out, guys. Have a great week. I will see you again soon. And yeah, enjoy your gear, enjoy your playing. All the best. Bye bye now.